Check it out. We're about to install the 2015 to 17 Subaru Legacy and Outback Hamilton conversion kit for CarPlay and Android Auto. This beautiful new screen is going to fully replace your factory radio, preserving your original backup camera, as well as your steering wheel controls. This system is going to make a game-changing difference in your car and make it feel more powerful than the newest vehicles. We also have a really cool feature here on the left side, 2 fingers up and down, and it functions as a volume knob. We also have a really cool feature on the left side here where 2 fingers up and down will adjust the volume. You can see this is wireless CarPlay. This system has both wireless CarPlay and Android Auto built in, and it's going to make a game-changing difference. We also have the ability for you to add a 4G SIM card to the device. From Hamilton Motor Company, you can add a 4G SIM card, or you can use a T-Mobile SIM on your own and have access to features that aren't available in CarPlay or Android Auto. This is a super powerful device. We have our own in-house engineering team that's incredible, and we make sure that our Hamilton devices meet or exceed OEM standards. This system is going to make a huge difference in your car, and it's backed by talented technical support in Raleigh, North Carolina. You can give us a call at 919-858-2890. If you watch till the end, we'll not only show you how you put it in today, but also how to pair and set up CarPlay. Check us out, hamiltonmotorcompany.com, for your Subaru needs. Let's dive in and get started. Check it out. We're here with the 2015 to 17 Subaru Legacy and Outback Hamilton conversion kit for CarPlay and Android Auto. Today, we're going to show you how to get rid of your outdated radio in your Subaru Legacy or Outback. And in this DIY-friendly video, you'll see how we put in this beautiful new screen from Hamilton Motor Company. This high-resolution display is going to give you access to wireless CarPlay and Android Auto features. We're going to take you through step-by-step how to install it. The kit includes everything you need. Just pop on hamiltonmotorcompany.com. We have talented technical support here in Raleigh, North Carolina to help you out if you run into any questions. For the job, you're going to need a socket wrench, a 6-inch or longer extension with a 10mm socket. You don't need a deep socket, a larger Phillips head screwdriver, and a credit card or a trim pry tool. All right, we're going to take you to the car now and let's put it in. Before we begin taking out the factory radio, you want to make sure your car is in park, it's on a flat and level surface, and the wheels are chalked so it won't move. Now, I always recommend that you open up the hood and use a 10mm socket to disconnect the negative cable to the battery. This will ensure that power remains off for the vehicle while we work. It's now time to remove the original radio. You can see here is the factory screen. We have above it here the air vents, and below it the controls. We're going to start. You can use your fingernails and just get under this panel here. If you'd like to use a small trim pry tool, you can. Then we'll support this panel here along the sides, and we'll completely remove it from the climate controls. Now we're going to come back in here with a trim pry tool, and we're going to move to the top here where the air vents are. This is a plastic trim pry tool to protect the dash. We'll just put it in here and we'll start popping it out. Now, you don't want to fully pry it out as soon as it pops up. It's better to make sure that it pops out in a few locations first. And this will make sure that we protect the air vent, as this plastic can get old and brittle. Once we've popped it out in a few places, you'll see it kind of jumps right out. We'll slide it out here, and we need to disconnect this one harness for the hazard light button. There's a tab on the top. We'll press down on the tab and slide it out just like that. The whole air vent assembly, we can then set it in a safe place. We're going to remove now these 2 Phillips head screws here. And as you remove these screws, just set them in a safe place. You don't need to keep them separate from the other Phillips head screws that we're going to remove, but just make sure you don't lose them. Now, with the screws removed, we need to get under this panel here. We're going to go ahead and reach in right here, and we'll just pop it out like that. You want to go on one of these clips here and pop it out. You can support it with your fingers. We'll take it fully out here. You'll see this one harness to disconnect. Go ahead and press down on the tab. We'll wiggle the harness out. Don't tug on the wires. Now we'll set it in a safe place. Removing the climate control panel revealed 2 additional black Phillips head screws. They will also not be overly tight, so we'll go ahead and remove them one by one and set them in a safe place. Up top now here, we're going to grab 2 more Phillips head screws. We'll remove these and we'll set these in a safe place as well. With the screws removed, let's go ahead now and we'll take the factory radio out of the car. So you can go ahead and reach under it and on top of it, and with a little bit of force, we'll go up and down. We'll wiggle it straight out. We've set down a towel here to protect the center console. And then we'll be able to drop it down here and we can begin disconnecting the harnesses. We're going to go ahead and disconnect all of the harnesses on the back of the radio. You can simply press down on the tabs and slide them out of place. If any of them are tight, do not tug on the wires, but simply wiggle the actual plastic connector and you'll see that they come loose. You don't need to keep track of which one goes where. All of these harnesses, they're like a jigsaw puzzle where they'll only fit back together one way. So you can see down here, these at the bottom especially get tight over time. And what we're going to do is we're just going to press down on the tabs. We'll do a little bit of wiggling side to side. They'll come straight out. Now this one here can be a little bit sensitive. There's a black tab you need to press down here. It'll come straight off. If you pull it straight out, you can damage it. And then this one also, this black one here, can be a little bit sensitive as well. You can see there's a small tab on top. What I'll do sometimes on these is just use a screwdriver or a little metal tool. Make sure you're really firmly pressing down on that tab and then slide it out. It'll come out as one whole unit here. And just like that, the factory radio is free. We can now take it outside of the car. With the factory radio out, we're going to begin the wiring process. This is the huge wiring diagram that Hamilton includes with every order. You'll have that to follow along, but I'll show you everything here step by step in the car. We're going to start here with the main Hamilton harness. This is going to be the meat and potatoes of the whole process. These ones here with the foam covered connectors are going to be your primary connectors on the main Hamilton harness. Now we use a really high quality type of wire and connector that models the Japanese automakers. We intend for our products to stand the test of time. This smaller one will go ahead and connect here. And this one is labeled 16 to 18 original audio. And then this mid-sized one here, also with the large pins, is going to be labeled 16 to 18 original power. We'll go ahead and connect it as well. These will only go in one way. Now we have a larger multi-pin one here labeled 16 to 18 original can. Let's go ahead and grab it and we'll connect it here. This one here has 2 pins in it and it's going to be for your original FM antenna. We'll go ahead and grab it and we'll connect it as well. Finally, we've got this small one here labeled 16 to 18 7-inch camera. And this one here is going to be for your factory backup camera. Check it out. We've got all of the Hamilton main harnesses connected. We're going to have this extra black one that's not going to be used, as well as this small blue circle style wire that's not used. These were for your original XM radio system. Now down here, we have a couple other really important connectors, so let's go ahead and get things in place. We're going to grab this other harness here that's got these RCAs hanging off of it. And I'll go ahead and call out a few things. First of all, we've got this SIM card connector here. Hamilton Motor Company is about to start offering 4G SIM cards you can buy from our website, and through a subscription fee, you can put a 4G connection natively onto this device. What that means is that this device is going to have its own data connection so you can use it even if your phone is not in the car. Of course, it also supports T-Mobile SIM cards if you wanted to grab one on the open market. So this is called the Hamilton accessory harness here, and it's going to have these extra RCAs. These RCAs have a few different roles, and there'll be more information available in the future, but these both support aftermarket front cameras. Now, at this time, Hamilton Motor Company does not have published documentation on aftermarket front cameras, so this is an expert level feature, but it also supports here as well aftermarket audio systems. So this device is going to support both optical channel amplifiers, and you can use the RCAs to do a 5-channel amplifier. Let's grab these two here, aux L and R, female, off this accessory Hamilton harness. We'll pop the connectors off here. And then we're going to go ahead and grab aux L and R off the Hamilton main harness. We'll connect these together. Every connection you make today between these harnesses, I'm going to recommend you wrap it in electrical tape so they don't come undone. This one here off the Hamilton accessory harness is labeled 4 mic female. We're going to make sure it's connected to the one coming off the Hamilton main harness labeled 4 mic male. This is going to use your factory car's microphone for peak call quality. It's important that these are connected. Typically, before we ship these, we pre-connect them for you just to call attention to them so you don't forget them. This one here is a small harness that also comes in the bag. It's going to be labeled connect to Hamilton screen, and this is your reverse accessory harness. The only thing we're going to need off of this here is this yellow RCA labeled connect to camera yellow. We're going to come off the main Hamilton harness here, and you'll see that we have these two labeled camera for 7-inch or camera for 6.2-inch. We're going to be grabbing today the one labeled camera for 7-inch. We'll go ahead and connect it just like that, and I recommend that you wrap this in electrical tape. These two connections will plug into the back of the Hamilton conversion kit, as well as the primary Hamilton main connector and the Hamilton accessory harness. This is for your FM antenna, and it will plug into the Hamilton conversion kit as well. We have a few additional harnesses to discuss today. This one here in the bag with the navy connector is going to be your GPS antenna. This one here with the white connector is a Wi-Fi and Bluetooth antenna. And this one here with the magenta connector is your 4G antenna. All of these will connect to the Hamilton conversion kit, and we'll put them behind the radio. We'll show you that in just a moment. Now let's look at your USB connections. You're going to have here this one pre-connected from Hamilton. It's got a little blue tag on it, and it's got this unusual style square connector. Back here, we're going to grab that unusual style one we removed from the radio and connect them together. This is for your factory USB port. Note how it converts this black style connector into a male. We insert it into the Hamilton female, and this one will go in the back of the Hamilton conversion kit. That's going to give power to your factory USB port. We also give you an extra USB port. If you'd like to add one more, you can either drop it in your glove box or behind the radio. All right, now this looks complicated, but it's super straightforward. We're going to go ahead and collect these guys now. And all of these connectors are going to go into the Hamilton conversion kit. We'll go ahead and call it out one more time. This black one is your Hamilton main power connector. This one here, the longer one, is your Hamilton accessory harness. This little guy is your USB harness. This big antenna style one is your FM antenna. This one here is for your reverse. And the one we haven't discussed yet with these two green wires coming off of it is going to be for your steering wheel controls. Let's go ahead now. We'll grab the Hamilton conversion kit, and we'll go ahead and make all of these connections. So we've got the reverse harness here connected to the male 7-inch screen yellow RCA. Before we go ahead and connect the Hamilton conversion kit, what we're going to do is we're just going to wrap this RCA in electrical tape here. Make sure it's secure so that these don't come undone as we have things going along. And then I'd also recommend you wrap this microphone one. You also want to make sure that you leave the caps on all of these other RCAs. We're going to begin connecting things up now. And this unit will ship with a Hamilton Connect SIM card pre-installed, and there's more information on our website if you want to learn more about activating that 4G service. So we've connected the Hamilton accessory harness here. This is the reverse harness. This little one here is for steering wheel controls. It also has a couple RCAs if you're using an aftermarket 5-channel amplifier. Then this main Hamilton harness here is going to connect into the black power socket. This USB here, if you want to route this extra USB, you can. You don't have to. We've got the factory one powered on by this black connection here. And this one here, it might be a little tricky for you to see, but it just simply connects right next to that reverse harness. Now, for any reason you need to take out this main Hamilton connector, there's a little tab, and what you need to do is you just push in, then press down the tab, and it comes out. If you just press down on the tab and try to pull, it'll be too difficult to remove. So the key is there's just a locking mechanism where you need to push in, then press down the tab if you're trying to take it out. And then a final thing I'll show you here. So this is the port for an optical amp if you wanted to use a digital amp. That's your optical cable port. And then this is going to be the GPS, Wi-Fi, and 4G, and it's really important that you connect all of these antennas. If you don't want them all, you need at least the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth antenna if you plan to use CarPlay or Android Auto. So this is essential. Then we'll do the 4G as well. And we'll do the GPS. Here's an extra USB port. You could connect it into one of your free sockets right here, and you could even have another USB port if you wanted. Now, these antennas here, they're going to all have sticky tape on the bottom of them. I'm simply going to set them back in here. They don't need to be attached to anything. We do include this tape. If you're planning to use the 4G network quite a lot, you can feed it up here above the air vents, and you can use the sticky tape to secure it in place. You don't need to put these things anywhere special, though, generally speaking. The other most important thing is just make sure that you don't stick them to any metal. So now we're going to go ahead and transfer 4 yellow clips from the factory radio onto the Hamilton conversion kit now. We need to transfer these 4 white clips from the factory radio to the Hamilton conversion kit. And so I just use my fingernails and I'm going to just jump under one of the legs here. And if you just lift up enough on one side, the whole clip comes off. And just one by one, we'll go ahead and transfer these over. You could also use a little trim pry tool here if you wanted to. So just reaching up one leg, take it off. Just transfer it over. You might feel like you're putting a lot of pressure on these clips, but they're super strong. All right, we've got all 4 transferred. The Hamilton conversion kit is so much lighter than the factory radio. The other thing about it to note is that being lightweight with these clips, they have significantly more holding pressure than is needed for this unit. So we'll make sure all these clips are seated in place properly, and then we're going to use the clips to hold the radio in place in the car. As we put these clips on, you want to make sure that as they go on, they grab into place. We're now ready to put the radio back into the dash. Let's go ahead and grab this climate panel quickly. And I'm just going to use my fingers here. I'm going to separate this trim piece from the top. I just had these clips. It was holding into the panel. And we're just going to go ahead and line it up on the bottom side of the radio here, and these will just snap together. And then we're just going to go ahead and take the climate panel with the radio, make sure all the harnesses are tucked back behind it nicely. We'll reconnect the climate panel. And then let's just line it up and snap it all into place. We'll put the 2 screws back in the climate panel in just a moment, and those will add some nice extra security. These clips are going to do a great job of holding it in. For the upper panel with the hazard light and the air vents, we'll reconnect that harness here, snap it into place, line up the air vents above your radio, and we'll press those in, just making sure that all the clips firmly seat back into place. The installation is almost complete. We're going to take these 2 screws now, and we'll put them back in, holding the climate panel into place. Finally, we're going to go ahead and take this trim panel here, we'll line it up and make sure it snaps into place. And check it out, guys. The Hamilton conversion kit fully installed. Let's take off that screen protector, and there it is. Beautiful CarPlay, a brand new screen, a game-changing difference. 2 fingers up and down on the left side once you enable in settings, gestures, will allow you to turn the volume up and down. Of course, you can use the steering wheel controls also. Everything else is going to work as you see it here. We got the backup camera, factory reverse camera. This system here, you can touch Hamilton and come to the Hamilton underlying operating system for apps and features not available in CarPlay. Let me show you quickly how to pair and set up CarPlay. It's super easy on this unit. To pair and set up CarPlay, you simply pull out your iPhone, open up Settings, Bluetooth, scroll to the bottom, you'll see a device starting with Hamilton, touch it, touch pair to the pair code, allow contacts and favorites, and just like that, after about 30 seconds the first time, you'll get that connect. Let's hit it, connect, and CarPlay will appear here on the Hamilton conversion kit. Check out our help center, help.hamiltonmotorcompany.com. Every product we sell is backed by a 3-year limited warranty called the Hamilton Guarantee. We also have a premium warranty called the Hamilton Guarantee Plus. It's a premium limited warranty. All details are available on our website. Check us out, hamiltonmotorcompany.com. I'm Dave from Hamilton Motor Company. We have North Carolina-based customer service here to help you, and I'll see you in the next video, 919-858-2890.